You feel it, don't you? That constant nagging hunger to be more intelligent, more powerful, just unstoppable. You're tired of the mediocrity, of just drifting through life like everyone else. Well, this is your guide. It's a brutal, honest method for tearing down the weak parts of your mind and rebuilding yourself into someone who leaves everyone else in the dust.
Okay, the very first lie we have to destroy is this idea that you're just born with a certain amount of intelligence. That's not true. It's a weapon. And right now, we're going to break down exactly how you sharpen it until no one, and I mean no one, can match you. But I have to warn you, this path, it's not gentle. It is going to cost you.
So look at this. This is the choice, right? On one side, you've got the sleepwalkers. Their minds are, well, they're dulled by comfort. They're happy enough. But you're different. You know you are. You crave something more. You can feel this higher level of power just waiting for you to grab it.
So this is our battle plan. We're going to start with the promise of power. Then we move through 3 distinct phases: demolition, reconstruction, and finally, domination. And at the end, we're going to confront the brutal price of that victory.
Let's be perfectly clear about what's at stake here. What I'm about to lay out for you will give you the tools to outthink, to outmaneuver, and to outclass literally anyone who crosses your path. This is true, ruthless power, but it comes at a merciless price. The weak parts of yourself, they have to be destroyed.
You are never, ever going to reach true mental power until you destroy what's holding you back. Before you can build, you have to tear everything down. And you know what? This is where most people fail. They're absolutely terrified of their own flaws.
This right here, this is your method of attack. First, you hunt down your weak points. And you have to be absolutely ruthless with yourself. Are you easily distracted, lazy, afraid of something? Write down every single flaw. Then you attack them, head on. You force yourself into the fire again and again until that weakness shatters. And finally, for every single flaw you burn away, you forge a new strength in its place. Laziness becomes discipline. Fear becomes courage.
Okay, so the demolition is complete. Now, from all that rubble, we build something far, far more powerful. This is phase 2, reconstruction. This is where we forge a superior mind.
Now, the key to this whole reconstruction thing is a concept called neural overload. It's all about pushing your brain further than it has ever been pushed before. You bombard it with so much information, so much pressure, that it has no choice but to adapt and grow stronger, faster, and sharper. It's going to be painful, but that pain, that is the signal of growth. First things first, absorb. Absorb knowledge relentlessly. I mean, you need to consume books, articles, complex topics at an absolutely insane pace. Push yourself way past what you think you can handle, and when your brain starts screaming that it's overloaded, good. That's the signal that the growth is actually beginning.
But here's the thing. Any knowledge you gain in comfort, it's weak. True learning only happens under pressure. You have to challenge yourself with problems that seem impossible. Go debate people who are smarter than you. Mental overload comes from diving headfirst into intellectual chaos. The more pressure you apply, the stronger your mind gets.
Your brain is going to fight you on this. It's going to scream for rest, for comfort, and you have to ignore it. You have to learn to embrace the pain, because that pain is the sign that you are forcing your mind to change, to evolve. Don't stop when it hurts. That's the signal to push even harder.
At the end of each day, you have to reflect. Your brain is going to be a chaotic storm of all this new information. Your job is to sift through that chaos, to find the patterns, and to force all that overload into some kind of coherent structure.
So here's how you actually execute the reconstruction. First, organize the chaos. You strip away everything that's useless, and you keep only what is essential. Then you build new mental models by connecting ideas that seem totally unrelated. Third, you sharpen your thought process by questioning everything. And finally, you never, ever stop adapting. You're always ready to rebuild your models with every new piece of information you get.
So you've rebuilt your mind. But what good is all that power if it's not proven? Power without proof is just an illusion. Now it's time to test it against the world to prove your superiority. This is phase 3, domination.
This philosophy is absolutely central to domination. Think about it. Most people, they avoid confrontation, they avoid conflict. But you have to seek it out. Every single challenge is an opportunity to prove your power. You don't grow in comfort, you grow in battle. Domination is achieved in 3 steps. First,
You actively seek out intellectual battles. Put yourself in situations where only the strongest minds survive. Second, you destroy doubt with ruthless, decisive action. You attack every challenge with absolute confidence. And third, you learn from every single conflict. Analyze your wins, sure, but more importantly, analyze your losses to constantly refine your weapon. By now you get it. This level of power doesn't come free. Most people just aren't willing to sacrifice. They want the strength, but they also want to be comfortable. You're different. You're ready to pay that price because you understand that greatness absolutely demands it.
And here it is, the price, laid bare. You're going to sacrifice comfort because it's the enemy of growth. You will sacrifice relationships with people who just drag you down. You have to be willing to walk right up to the edge of sanity because that's where true power is. And finally, you will sacrifice contentment. You'll never be satisfied because that hunger is what keeps you sharp.
You know, as you follow this path, you're going to become more isolated. People won't understand. They'll call your drive an obsession. Your hunger for power, they'll call madness. Let them. Their doubt is nothing more than proof of their own weakness and their own fear of the pain that you have chosen to embrace.
Every sacrifice, every single moment of pain, it's all been for one purpose, to reach this final phase. It's time for the ascension. It's time to become the unstoppable mind you were always meant to be.
So what does this unstoppable mind look like? Well, it rests on 4 pillars. Absolute control over every thought and emotion. Ruthless efficiency, where every action serves your purpose. Endless adaptation, which ensures your mind never becomes stagnant. And finally, relentless confidence. And that's not arrogance, it's certainty in the power that you have earned. Once you have reached this level, there is only one goal left: domination. You expand your power. You apply this superior mind to every single aspect of your life, your career, your ambitions, and you conquer it all.
But listen, this is not the end. In fact, it's just the beginning. You have to understand this. True power isn't a destination you arrive at. It is a relentless, never-ending journey. Your mind is a weapon, and it must be sharpened constantly. The moment you stop, you begin to rust.
Just coming this far has proven your strength, but the path ahead, it demands even more sacrifice, more pain. The journey is endless, so the only question left is, will you keep walking?